Alright guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all doing safe. So today I'm playing on a private test server, private player server, whatever you want to call it. And I'm testing out the new PvE game mode. Before we get into that, and I just share some details on that, I want to show you this new exotic. It's called the Backfire exotic. And as you can see, the lore text there says, only those who have suffered can decree another suffering, an unknown outcast. I'll quickly show you what we got here for the mods. We got quick sight, 5% crit chance, stability there, 10% stability on that part. We got the jagged muzzle, 5% crit damage, and then lastly we got the barbed grip magazine with plus 20 rounds. But let's have a look at the talents here. So we've got a payment in kind. Dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of 1% crit damage. Stacks last for 10 seconds and are capped to 200. So you can do up to 200 or you can get up to 200 crit damage with this exotic. And it says on reload, apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. So this is a very kind of like, you know, a risk reward weapon. You're gonna, and it's similar to actually to Destiny, where there's a weapon on there, I can't remember what it was, but the more damage you do, the more damage you take, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to balance that out. Now this is the new PvE game mode. I'm going to be using this this new exotic here, and if you didn't notice, guys, most of the stuff I'm using, all of this stuff here is brand new stuff, but I'm not going to go over that now. That'll be for maybe my next video. We'll go over that stuff. But this is called the Summit. Now this is the PvE game mode. There's a reason why the devs said Skyscraper is the internal name, and that's because it's not the external name. The external name is the Summit. And as you can see where we get here, this is where you select your floor. And as you can see, it goes all the way up to 100. And I'm starting at floor number 1, obviously. And you can see that it starts to get to, it's normal up to level 11. And then it goes hard, and then it goes challenging from 21 upwards, all the way up to levels 51 and above. And when you get to level 51 and above, then basically level 61 and above you get random directives. 71 and above you get 3 random directives on heroic. 81 and above is legendary, so that's going to get very difficult for solo players, but certainly groups as possible. And then legendary with 4 random directives, 91 plus, and then level 100 we just don't know. Now as you can see, it does say on the right, rally point not unlocked, and that's because each one of these is a rally point. So it's only going to save once you get to each 10th level, and obviously if you go down before then you're going to have to go back to where you began. So let's do level number 1 and upwards. Now as you can see, this is the loading screen, as you just saw, there's a little graphic there, and we're going to enter the first room here. I'm not going to show you everything, guys, because, you know, I want you guys to go in there yourselves and do your own stuff. But the in terms of what I'm using here, again, this is all new stuff. Never used this stuff before. And what I am going to say, guys, is that the levels are random. Okay, so I've played through this once just to get a feel for it, and it wasn't this level. So that should tell you what to expect from this. Now, with this gear set, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to get close to my enemies. Otherwise, I don't really get the benefit of this gear set. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're pushing through this first one here. As you can see, I'm taking some bleed damage, which is fine. I'm going to go into the next room here. Again, guys, this is a work in progress. I believe there are some textures missing and some other little bits and bobs, but that's all stuff you'll get in the final product rather than this here. So, and again, I can't change specializations because of the fact that I'm using this kind of server. So it's limited on what I can and can't have. Tell you what, I do like this exotic though, guys. Feels great. And the reason I'm using a turret is simply to give me a little bit of less aggro on me and more on the turret. Although I don't know if the turret does that. I know the drone does. Again, I want to be as close as I can to enemies so I can Once you know what this gear set's all about, then you'll realise why. Plus the backpack talent that I'm using. So that's level 1 cleared. So that was pretty easy. But it's only normal difficulty, obviously. And we're going to go up to the next level, guys. Alright, so now we're coming into the second room here. And we've got to hack some terminals. Looks like. So let's do that. And then we're probably going to get a... So this is very similar to... Okay, I'm just going to stay here for a minute. I don't really want to push up because... I kind of need... to stay within this area. Okay, maybe not. Right, let's get to the next terminal anyway. So we got the second one here. Yeah, this exotic doesn't have a good range at all, as you can see. You got a bit close to my liking, but that's not too bad. Where's this other guy? Here he is. You wanna come around? Gotcha. Okay, let's get on this one then. So this is floor 2. And each floor has, like, different stuff. So there'll be floors where you need hazard protection because you're getting on fire. Floors, and it changes all the time. And my understanding is as well that from my own playing, there's more coming in terms of variations with each level than what you're going to see in this video. This weapon has no range, but I wanted to use the new weapons for you guys so you could see exactly what it is it's coming. I mean, it could have been easy for me just to use the new, you know, the guns we already know, but as you can see at the moment, this is pretty easy. That's okay. This is the first couple of levels. This is only like level 2. Still coming around. It's quite good actually. These levels are quite varied, which is great. I do like this shotgun as well, which is a surprise. I'm not really a big fan of shotguns, but I mean, I could pretty much run through this part, but I wanted to kind of go slow for you guys so you guys can see what it is that we're getting here. Level 2 done. Moving on up to level 3. When on fire. I think that must be with the explosion. Let's move on up to level 3. maybe not there. I want to get quite close because of what I'm using. Okay. Moving on through. So this is obviously really easy at the moment, but it's not going to be when you start getting up to those legendary levels and stuff. This is going to get very difficult very quickly. Get rid of this. Die already. To do with a skill that does a little bit of damage, you know? Because elites and getting up close is going to prove very difficult when I get to the higher levels. Oh, meant to get behind that, but it didn't work out. It's a good thing this is only normal difficulty, otherwise I could have been in trouble then. This weapon does shred though. Level 3 done. So you can almost just run through these. Easy. Right, so I'm on floor 5. And this is the first bit of loot that I've been able to pick up. So if I just check it out. And I think the loot is going to scale based on that. Because we're only on level 5 and we're still at normal difficulty. Loot is going to scale based on the difficulty of the level that you're on. So that's something just to bear in mind, guys. One thing I don't know if there's any secrets in this place. Could be. I'm just using the new shotgun at the moment. Just testing it out. And we got another drop here. I'll check that in a minute just to confirm. Yeah. So it's definitely scales to the level that you're playing. So one thing I've noticed is there's quite a lot of hazards around, if that makes sense. So, hazard protection could become useful. Especially if you know what level it is that's coming up. If that makes sense. If you look and see a room and you recognize the room as having hazards in it, I presume you can change loadouts per level. Every time you're out of combat? Yeah. I could change to whatever I want. Alright guys, so I'm now at floor 10, and I believe this is the last level before we reach the kind of like the gap where whatever. So let's obviously I'm playing on normal, so I've just been to get here I've literally just been running around with a shotgun having fun basically. I do love to do this. Sometimes I do this in the live game. I just run around killing everything as quickly as I can. Now there is obviously a boss here, so we'll see what that's all about. But obviously it's a normal one, so I'm presuming it's not too difficult. My shot's really bad now that I've started commentating. There's a couple of guys behind us over here. One right here. One there. Let's get this guy at the back here with his stupid machine. Right here. Okay, let's see how this does against this guy. Oh, it's normal, so it's easy peasy. Oh, wow. Hello? Last guy will finish with this. Goodbye. So floor 10 is cleared. As I said, the loot is basically the same as the level. So up to floor 10, or yeah, up to floor 10 and including 10 is normal difficulty.
Hey agent, you're in some kind of safe zone.
And then
if you
this.
want, you can come back to Haven and take a break. When you're ready, I can drop you back here. You don't have to start over. That would suck.
Well, there you go. So we're at a safe level now, and you can obviously leave and come back if you want to. And yeah, you can obviously access your stash if you wanna, and all that sort of good stuff here, guys. So yeah, it's up to you really what you want to do here. I'm gonna leave it here though, and this is the summit. I'm not going to show you anymore. You know what happens. It gets harder and harder. And in my next video, we're going to look at the new gear that's coming, because it's pretty cool. Until the next one, guys. Epic out.